Hello, everybody. The computer's telling me things. Let me see what it's telling me. I can't tell what it's telling me. If you are here, say hello in the comments. Share, share, share. Let me see. I don't have anything that's unused. Oh, I see what's happening. All right, I think I fixed it. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to give you a moment to pop on. I think, look who's back there. Can you see? Good morning, Joe. Welcome. All right. Facebook's giving me all these messages. We're going to ignore them. Hi, Perry. You can hear me okay? Yeah? All right, we're just going to ignore all the messages that Facebook wants me to know. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Karen. I love it. We will give everybody a second to hop on. As we are getting started, make sure that you have either two pillows or two blankets or both, right? We are going to, it keeps getting interrupted. All right, so thank you, Perry, for that. I am hoping that is it any better? Let's see. Oh, why, Facebook? Why? Why? All the things. Let's see. No, we're just gonna go for it. Is that any better, friends? You can't see any video. Oh no. All right. But you can hear me? Because, we're just gonna go with it. Sometimes we just have to go with it. This is what happens when you go all in. Too low. All right. So my sense is we're gonna go with it, but I am going to just check. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see, webcam, AirPods. All right, no. Here's the thing, friends. It keeps pausing. You can come back later. It seems okay for you. All right. Hi, Hillary. Welcome. Perry, I'm sorry it keeps pausing. Yes, come back later. All right, we're going to go for it because I want to be mindful of your time. Good morning, Mary Beth. Okay. All right, we're going to go for it. So you want to make sure you have two pillows or two blankets because we are going to take a shape today that is you can support yourself with. And I'm going to get into all of that. But first, we're going to kind of just come into this moment. How is that? And talk about why we're here. And let me introduce myself because a lot of you I know, some of you I don't know. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Elena Cinino, and I'm so excited to kick off this Inhabit Your Joy challenge with you. So excited. This challenge is really rooted in what I believe to my core and the idea that your body, my body, all of our bodies are our very best compass. And so let me just kind of share with you where we're going today. We're going to talk about why it is that I believe that, how it is that I know that. For those of you that are sharing that it keeps pausing, I'm so sorry that it's doing that. The replay will be available. I'm hoping that the recording will not have that happening. And if it does, then I'll just record it again for you all and send that. How's that? So go back out, come back in. We're going to keep going. So we're going to talk about why this is important to me, why I know this for a fact, that our body is our very best compass. We're going to talk about what this idea of what it means to inhabit your joy. And then we're going to get into our practice for day one to get rooted in the present moment, in your body and in your breath. Each day, just so you kind of know, you're going to get your daily email like you got today. And it will have it will explain, today's didn't explain much of the practice because I really wanted to open this container together with all of you. But in the future, it will have a little bit of an intro into the practice, and then we'll practice together at 9:30. If you can't be here live, you'll have the recording, and the recording will always go out by early afternoon as quickly as I possibly can. So that will always be there for you. And then there will be homework. There will be explorations for you to play with. And when you play with them, when you share those explorations with me, those reflections, either via email or here in the Facebook group, you will be eligible to win some fantabulous prizes. And I've already been putting initials of people on little, you can't see, but the little names, and then I'll be cutting all those up and putting them in my little prize bag. And tomorrow we'll be picking for the first day of the giveaway. So just stay tuned because I like prizes. I like delight. All right, who am I and why am I talking about being in your body as this source of wisdom? Why? Well, here's the thing you may not know about me. I do this work of coaching, of helping people, as a friend recently said, step into their greatness. We're going to go with that. I help people inhabit the truest versions of themselves as their most rooted and most nourished self. But really, how did I get there? Well, I got there by being my own inner critic for a very, very long time. And by being the person who overthinks everything. Like that catastrophizing friend, or maybe it's you. I'm that person who overthinks all the things and can mentally like want all the logical things. And I'm also a magic maker because I know that what happens is when I step out of that overthinking, all of that mind stuff, and I move into the illogical, when I move into the wisdom that may not make any sense, that's where I step into my joy and own and inhabit my very truest self. And the access point for that has always been my body, even when I didn't know that that was my access point. Right. So, what I'd love for you all, those of you that are on live right now, is what comes up for you as you hear this? What thoughts come up? What do you know to be true? Are you an overthinker too? Let's hear it for overthinkers. And what kind of wisdom from your body have you learned over the years? And as you're sharing that, what I want you to know is that when I say that this wisdom has come from my body, it has shown up for me in all the ways. So some of you know, some of you don't know, I'm a cancer survivor. In my early 20s, I had Hodgkin's disease, and you're going to hear more about this. That's not what's important. What's important was that throughout those 18 months of going through chemo, of going through treatments, of healing, my body was the thing that gave me what it needed. Yeah. Yeah, Julie, ruminating 24 hours. Yeah, Mary Beth. Yeah, right. So my body gave me what I needed. And it was when I slowed down and allowed all the thinking about the future, the past, all those things to quiet that I was able to actually heal. Fast forward, when I had my daughter, I wasn't supposed to be able to. It was my body that gave me her. And those are the really big moments, but the little moments, those are the ones where my wisdom keeps showing up. That place where my body says, hey, wait, I want you to pay attention. Or actually, this feels this way instead of that way. And if you're thinking, Ellen, I have no idea what you're talking about, that's where we're going this week. But this transformation didn't happen for me overnight. That overthinking was also accompanied by always wanted to fix my body, to have it be different, to have it be better, right? To have it be whatever it wasn't. And so I did things like train for marathons. Good morning, Tasha. Welcome. I did things like, you know, all the exercise things. because I was trying to be someone different than I was. I was the enemy of my body for many, many years. Something changed when my yoga practice found me. And what changed is that on my mat and in my breath, and by noticing sensations, I started to create space for self acceptance, for self compassion, for self love, for being present with what my body wanted me to know. The thing about yoga, and there's all this stuff, friends, about yoga and what it is and what it isn't. And what I want you to know is that yoga is many, many things. It's not just the physical shapes we take. But when we step into our body and give ourselves permission to inhabit those moments, we learn that from morning to evening, from right to left, from one day to the next, our body is going to feel different. And the only way through that is kindness and curiosity. And so that's how I know that this practice has changed my life. Because, funny thing is, I haven't always loved yoga. In fact, I don't say hate a lot, but I really, really loathed yoga. I was a runner. I liked outcomes. I liked doing things that had purpose. Anyone resonate with this? And yoga to me, you wanted me to lay there in Shavasana for 5 minutes? What? Right? No, thank you. I have things to do. It wasn't until I was pregnant with Samantha, who just turned 17, that I realized, maybe there's something here for me. Just maybe. And so I started allowing it. And then I started seeking it out and I started playing with it. And that's where I connected to the intuition that was always mine, but I started learning to dialogue with it, to get to know it, to trust it. Yeah. So, what I would love for you right now is to just consider, what of this rings true for you? What questions do you have? If you're here live, stick them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, jot them down, right? What is something that's coming up for you right now as you hear this? Okay. I know this video. All right, we're just going to go for it. It is what it is. Hi, Leslie. You're just on time. Welcome, welcome. So, all of this context about the body and why yoga, to then move us into this idea of what does it mean to inhabit your joy, and why am I bringing these together? Well, Inhabit Your Joy happens to be the name of my upcoming book. I love saying that. But it's based on, let me pull back with that word. It's based on the idea that you get to inhabit your joy when you are rooted, when you are curious, and when you are alive in your life. And so everything we do this week is going to be based on those three themes as a way to help you develop this connection with yourself. Yeah? So, who is ready to play with getting rooted? Yeah, Karen, showing and noticing with yoga helps you calm your overthinking. Yeah, right? So let's be very clear about that. Your overthinking isn't going to go away. Friends, I spent a better part of this weekend in overthinking mode. It happens to me too, and yet. And so the point isn't to erase that. What it is to give ourselves practices to then bring ourselves back to the present. So if you think about when we get rooted, being rooted, there's a lot of things we can be rooted in. But one of the most important places to be rooted is in the present moment, right? Because we spend a lot of time thinking about the past and a lot of time thinking about the future. We forget that this present moment is really where it's at. And so we have an opportunity to cultivate that being in the moment. And this particular shape that we're going to take today, child's pose, is one of my favorite positions, poses, shapes in the body to be present because there are so many points of contact with the earth. We can allow ourselves to feel fully supported. And this is a shape I take in the beginning of the day, during the middle of the day, at the end of the day. It's really good for all the things, I'm not going to lie. But it helps when I'm spinning, when I'm feeling particularly indecisive. And the reason why is because it kind of feels like home. It brings us back to that sense of inner home, right? We literally go into this shape, going inward, coming back to what matters inside instead of outside. Yeah, I mean, Hillary, none of us know anything about overthinking, right? Hi. So, we're going to explore this sense of inner home and kind of dim the noise, right? On it is absolutely also a great counter pose, right? Yeah. So, I mean, child's pose is like liquid gold for so many things. So, what I want you to know is that this shape might look different for you than it does for me. And when we think about yin yoga, so let me just kind of introduce the idea of yin yoga because for some of you this is new. Yin yoga is not a shape, uh, is not a practice of muscle engagement. It is a practice of creating space for the connective tissue, the fascia. And therefore, we don't want to force our way through it or into it. We do want to find an edge of sensation, an edge of potentially even discomfort, and give ourselves permission to stay there. So, the thing about the difference that distinguishes, how's that for really fabulous words on a Monday morning? The aspect that differentiates yin yoga from perhaps other types of yoga is that we find a shape. You don't go necessarily as far as you think you should or even can, but you find that place where your body has something to say and you stay there for anywhere from 90 seconds up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's up to you. Some shapes, maybe you don't want to stay for 10 minutes. But it's that place of then allowing the body to speak to you, the sensations to find you. Okay. Having said that, you want to support your bones so that the muscles can relax. Different than restorative yoga, where you don't want to, you just kind of want to melt into everything. You want to support yourself so the muscles can relax, but you still want to find that edge. So we're going to move into our child's pose, our first practice of the week. And let me just say about this, we're going to spend about 5 minutes here, which might sound really short for some of you. You're like, a 5-minute practice? Yes. And this is by design. I want to give you practices that you can take on any given day, no matter what's on your schedule. Maybe by the end of the week, you decide to bring some of these practices together. You can do that. But each one of these practices is beautiful and transformational just by itself. All right. Any questions before we move into this shape? And since I know tech is being a little glitchy and it's not letting you go necessarily, we're just going to go with it. All right. I just wanted to check any questions. All right. So here we go. What I would love for you to do is to find a spot wherever you are on the floor. And you can have some pillows or blankets handy. And we're going to begin by sitting on our heels with our knees apart. Now, some of you might think, Elena, that's not comfortable. So this is where one of your first pillows comes in. You can take said pillow and place it underneath your hips, right? So that you have some support. If you need 2 pillows or a pillow and a blanket, awesome, okay? But you're gonna find that support and just begin to notice here what sensations are there. No force, no effort. And then very gently and slowly, you begin to walk your torso down to the earth. Now, You might get to your forearms and be like, yeah, maybe my body would crave the earth closer to me. One of those other pillows can come and be there. You can also support your head, your forehead with your pillow. But the idea here, and I'm going to take my glasses off, is that perhaps you find your forehead finds the earth or pillow or blanket, whatever it is that feels right to you. Your hands can be long in front of you. They can also be back down at your heels, reaching towards your heels, rather. So just take a moment and explore this shape. Maybe the hips wiggle a little bit. Just give yourself permission to allow this shape to find you. Before you pay attention to breath or anything else, allow this shape to find you. And when it has found you, it's a little bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? That just right place. When it finds you, smile. Greet yourself here. And if your eyes aren't already closed, allow your eyes to close. And notice. Notice the points of contact of the earth that come up to meet you. The tops of your feet and your ankles. Notice the earth meeting your shins and your knees. Notice the points of contact under your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, your fingertips. Notice your forehead here. You can even wiggle the forehead side to side gently as a way to take any sticky thoughts or frustrations. I'm going to wiggle it here to say, technology, and to let that go, perhaps. And then come back to stillness with the forehead. And then observe any other sensations. Maybe the hips are already saying hello. Maybe the low back or the shoulders are waving to you. Maybe the belly or the heart. Greet yourself here with whatever the body wants you to know, with an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Sigh it out. We'll do that 2 more times. Receive the inhale through the nose. Sigh it out, let it go. And again, fill up. And send it out. And pause. Notice. Has a new sensation appeared? How might you greet that sensation? Rather than judging it, might you just say hello and linger there, knowing that in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. And as another sensation appears, allow your awareness to go there. Follow the sensations in your body. Name them without judgment, but as if you're naming a friend when you're opening the door to them, someone you haven't seen in a while, and you're saying hello.
as you greet each sensation. Give yourself permission to find an open mouth exhale at any point. Allow that exhale to be a release of thoughts, a release of expectations, a release of anything that you don't need in this present moment. And then in this shape, notice the space around your heart and feel the beat of your heart, whether you can feel it or you sense it or you just know that it's beating. Allow your awareness to pause there. Feel as if your breath is going in to the caverns of your heart. And on the release, your heart is opening and widening. And in that space of your heart, ask yourself, what is here for me in this moment? Receive that information, whatever it is. You cannot get this wrong. And then when you're ready, find a big inhale, your biggest so far. An open mouth exhale, let it go. You can wiggle your hands gently and begin to walk the elbows closer to your knees. And then slowly here, there is likely to be sensation. Begin to lift your torso up. Maybe the knees come closer together. And just take a moment to come back to your center in whatever way feels right to you. If it feels good to open your arms, maybe do that. Allow your body to know what it needs here. And then gently guide your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Find an inhale. Whisper thank you to yourself. And on the exhale, whisper I love you. You can gently flutter your eyes open. We'll come back together. What I'd love to know as we come back together is how that felt. What did you notice? What was the message that you received from your body? What was here for you in the moment? That is our exploration for today. To receive that message, to be in our body, in that shape with your breath, and receive this question, this reflection. What is here for me in the moment? Your homework, your challenge, your mission for today is to receive that message. to allow yourself to hear it. Whether it was a word, a sensation, there's no judgment of whatever it is that you received. There's no right or wrong or big or small. Maybe you noticed your heartbeat. Julie, a lovely way to be centered and still. Yeah, thank you. So, your challenge for today is perhaps you take this shape one more time during the day, or maybe this was your practice. And I would love for you to share here in the comments, if for those of you watching the replay or at any point, or on the day one post in the group, or you can simply reply to me via email and share what is it that your body wanted you to know today. All responses to that question, your name will get written down on a little piece of paper and put in this little baggie. And tomorrow I'll be drawing a name live for the day one prize, which is a beautiful, I'm so excited, bracelet by a company called Wish Beads. And it is an opal jade. I wrote it down. It's arriving this week, but there's a place for it where you write your intention on the inside. And I thought, what a beautiful way, since so many of you have started with intentions for this week, to invite you to carry an intention with you on your body. So that is the treat for day one. So participate, reflect, but more than anything, give yourself permission to connect with this practice and with your body. This recap will be going out to everyone later today. We'll be back tomorrow for day two. If you have questions, please reach out. I will get the technology figured out by tomorrow. Who knows why things weren't playing nice, but tomorrow it'll be different. I won't say better. So thank you for being here live with me or for watching the replay. Thank you for creating this container for our challenge and our week together. I am so, so grateful for each of you and cannot wait to explore what emerges for you. Bye for now.